Let's welcome former Arkansas Governor, former presidential candidate, Governor Mike Huckabee. It's great to see you again, Governor. What do you think of the story? Can the White House take a victory lap on yesterday's election results, where Democrats really advanced in places like Kentucky and Virginia? Is it really about Biden and his policies?
I really don't think so, Liz. I would be shocked if there were a lot of people in those states saying, boy, we're sure loving it under Biden. He's doing such a great job at the border and the economy, foreign policy. It's really different than that. First of all, in Kentucky, you had a very hotly contested Republican primary. Cameron was a great Republican candidate, but he had to spend all his money getting through the primary. On the other hand, Beshear had a clean fight all the way to the general, and that makes a difference. Incumbents are hard to beat in the middle of their term. They're just hard to beat. And so you could look at that one. Here's an interesting thing in Virginia. Don't think that that was a big disaster there, because every single seat that Joe Biden won by up to 9 points went to Republicans. Now think about that. That's a big deal. So, yeah, Virginia didn't completely flip, but most of us, quite frankly, didn't expect it to. You've got so many federal employees that have moved into Virginia. Those folks are going to vote liberal and Democrat. But the fact that every seat went Republican, even the ones that Biden won by up to 9 points, that, quite frankly, is a big deal.
You know, we have this new CNN poll. 3 Republican candidates lead President Biden. It's Trump, Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis. President Biden is trailing in the national polls. You're also going to see that Trump is taking, under 35 voters, independents, black male voters. He's beating Biden all 3 of those counts. But you know what's really interesting? This is a conversation, Governor, some Democrats are having. Let's listen to this. Watch.
By the way, Mrs. Clinton did win the popular vote.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I continue to believe that you won. I don't care what they say.
What I think is important is that, as you say, Alyssa, that Joe Biden is not only proved that he's done a good job, but look at the alternative. And look at what we would face as a country.
He's proved he's done a good job. I mean, David Axelrod, you got David Ignatius, Van Jones, others are saying he shouldn't run again. I mean, Axelrod is saying it's overreacting to say he told him to drop out, but he tweeted that there's legitimate concern. I mean, multiple polls. What do you think?
I just think it's interesting that you got Joy Behar and Hillary Clinton. I guess that they are election deniers, aren't they? Because they still haven't given up that thinking Hillary won in 2016. Hillary, hate to break it to you, honey, and I don't want to bust all the balloons you had stored in Brooklyn, but by golly, you lost. Trump won. And, it's amazing. None of these people get thrown off social media because they question the election results of Hillary Clinton or anyone else on the Democrat side. But I just think people are going to look at these numbers and they're going to have to say, Trump is winning in demographics that Republicans normally don't even compete in, much less win.
Yeah, it's something. Governor Huckabee, thank you so much. It's good to see you.